はい、どうも、アロンゾです。The ABC Murders 続きをやっていきたいと思います。つい先日ですね、僕ほら、ワールド・オブ・ウォーシップス、まだ遊んでるんですけども、あの、それのね、お気に入りの配信者さんの、プレイなんか見てましたら、バックミュージックにね、ジャッキー・チェンのプロジェクト A の BGM。知ってる人は多いんじゃないですかね。昭和の人はもう漏れなく知ってるでしょう。多分。あれを流してプレイされてたんですね。で、その配信者さんと視聴者さんは、これ何の曲ですか？いや、私もよく知らないんだけど、みたいな。映画も見たことないし、みたいなことをこう、のほほんと語ってらしたんですけども、僕はそれを見ながらですね、冗談じゃないと。もうね、この、なんですかね、後頭部から背骨にかけて雷が走るようなまああの曲を聴いたらもういても立ってもいられないみたいなね、なんだかそわそわするじゃないけどワクワクするっていうか、やっぱ昔楽しかった思い出がすごいよぎるわけですよ。そうか、だいぶ見てねえなみたいになって、配信でねプロジェクトでちょっと見てみたんですよ。そしたらね、冒頭の5分10分でもう心をわしづかみにされましてもう何回も見てるんですけどね。あれでもそういう、どうやったっけなとか言いながら、あっという間の1時間40分。まあいろいろね、個人的な好みがあると思うんですけども、このプロジェクト A っていうやつは、僕はですよ、多分ジャッキーで最高峰。ジャッキー・チェーンの映画の中でナンバーワン。プロジェクト A だと思いますね。で、もっと古い時代のジャッキー・チェンで、50の剣とか、水剣。あそこもめちゃくちゃいいですけど、まあでもこう、エンタメって考えた時の、あの、昔のね、感じのいわゆる日本で言ったらドリフなんですけど、ちゃんとメインストーリーも流れつつで、僕もね、今も見て思いましたけど、やっぱね、サモハン・キンポのキャラの良さ、ジャッキーはもちろんすごいんですけども、面白かったですね。面白い。あれは本当にあれですよ。ミッションインポッシブルと戦ってる。ちょっと言い過ぎ。うん、いや、でもな。いや、いろいろ名台詞も散らばってるし、コンボの素晴らしさもありますから、ぜひね、あの、見てない方も、見てる方も、見たことがある方も、プロジェクト A、どうでしょうか。年末にかけて。はい。そんなこんなで、えっと、ABC マーダーやっていきましょうかね。まあ、もうこのおすすめしといてなんですけども、こういう雰囲気とはかなり剥離してますけどね。でもよかったですよ。なんか癒されましたね、僕はね。ほっこりするんですよね。はい。さてさて、ポワールは今度 C に、もう、あれあいつね、ヘイスティングスは行っちゃった？ちょっと待って。ドアではもう C 行っちゃうのか
It is
な？
not the right time.
今やめとこう。あ、そうですか。あれちょっと待って。これか。これ見るわ。これか。スコットランドで、電話ね。はいはいはい。電話、え、その売買のスマートフォンとかじゃないですよね。電話どこにあるの？この時代の電話って、このクリクリ、扇風機か。これか。イギリスあんな電話だったんだ。こうなんか、片耳当てて、
Daily Flicker, July 30, 1935.
壁に口があるみ
ABC
たいな。
affair, no progress. The alphabet murderer is still on the run. Ever since the police found the connection between the Bexhill and Andover affairs, the inquiry has barely progressed.
ああ、
In this issue, we are publishing provocative letters sent by the killer to Hercule Poirot. Unfortunately, they have not yet helped to find him.
警察も結構もうあれなんですね。公
Day
開し
Flicker, July the
しちゃったんですね。
26th, 1935. The Bexhill Horror. Young maid strangled on the beach. Killer struck at midnight.
Get Midnight。うわ、いいな、レトロ扇風機。
Ah, some cool air.
お、季節は今、夏っぽいのか。いや、しかし、いい家ですよね、これ。これは、高級マンションにしか見えない。そしてこの、ね、難しいですよ。このカービングで収納が入ってるってなかなかのセンスですよね、これ。いやー、いいな。
Hello, chap. We received a new letter from ABC in the 10 o'clock post.
Where and when?
In Cheston. Today.
Today? I'll inform the population immediately.
I'll check the train times. Call me back.
あ、電話待ちになっちゃった。
It is not a good time.
時刻表、ABC 本、俺持ってんのひょっとして。
Poor Mr. Poirot. Not so good at these little criminal matters as you thought yourself, are you? Rather past your prime, perhaps?
いやー、贅沢だな。こんな、おっと、ヒューストン君。さすがだね、もう。
Hastings, what you are doing is an absolute disaster. That is no way to pack suitcases.
あれ、怒られてる。
Heavens, we must hurry. We have to get to Churston before the murder.
ああ、これ耳が痛いんで僕は許してあげ
You're
る。
right, Hastings. It is an emergency.
At last, Poirot, you're being reasonable.
あ、ポワロらしくないセリフですね、確かに。
Poirot, you were right. I've just consulted the ABC guide. There's no hurry. The next train doesn't leave till 11:45.
You see, there is no need to hurry. We will not be in Churston until tomorrow morning. After the murder.
But why has the murderer warned us so late? It's not what he usually does. Did he do it on purpose?
Very good question, Hastings. We should also compare the letter we have just received with the other two. Although I have very little doubt about what we will find.
C なってる。あ、なってる。この間の北海道旅行で知り合った鉄オタくんがですね、まあ、凄まじい乗り鉄くんなんですけども、もう断るごとに、あれですね、こういう、本当に列車旅を楽しむなら、時刻表を変えと。ね、僕らも、まあ皆さんもそうだと思うんですけど、今時だと検索かけて、最短とか最安とか。
We've missed the 6:45 train, but we have plenty of time to
い
catch
い
the
ですね、
night
夜行
train.
列車。たまりませんね。乗りたい。ね、最安最短とかで、まあ飛行機と高速バスとかと普通列車とか、ああいう条件でパーって調べるのは、だいたい最短出ちゃうんですけど、そうじゃないですよね。やっぱ旅行ってなったら途中下車したいとか、ちょっと遠回りすると少し戻ると、さらにこう、いい感じで回れるとか、早く行けるとか、お得になるとか、いろいろこう、ヒントが隠されてるんですね。で、そこら辺がね、やっぱり、今までずっと鉄道旅してきた人との、 実力の差っていうか経験値の差っていうかね。またなんかアピールが JR が下手くそなんですか
With
ね。
haste, Hastings tore the envelope.
あんまり情報がね、一括して手に入んないですよね。有識者づてが多いですよね、やっぱり。確かに。ホワイトホースコート。
Hastings, it would appear that you are getting slightly thin on top.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
そんなことわざわざ言わなくても。気づいてないんだ、でも。この角度から身だしなみを整えて、エゴポイント。何なんですかね。エゴポイント100か1000溜まったら大噴火とかしないんですかね。他の、はい、こうか。
Pour Mr. Poirot. No.
おお ABC カーの他の手紙ってどれ
Right,
without
let
the-
us compare this new letter with the second one. Let us examine this more closely. Certain characters in the two letters. Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual. Yes, this I is. Yes, the I characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects.
あと
I
何だっ
have
たっ
to
け
find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
もう一個あったよね。愛と、あれもう一個何だったっけW か。これか。
The W is not printed properly.
Way.
Of course, the W characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
もう一個わかりやすそうなこの D とか。この点とかもいいけどね。
Let us examine the characters in.
いや違う違う、そうじゃない。
Let us examine the
いや
characters.
違う。俺調べたいの。違うんだな。字で調べようとしてんのだったらどれだ変なの。D かな。やっぱ D。
Nothing to report for these. Let us examine the characters in this word. No, this character.
あれ違った。血管あと B?B とかあるでかい。N?
yes. That's right. The A characters in the two letters do indeed have the
あ
same
れこれ
defects.
してなかったっけ俺。
My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter.
はいはいはい。あ、指定してなかったっけ。
Let us now try and get our brain cell.
なぜ犯人はこんなに遅れて予告してきたのか。まあ当日に使わしたくないんでしょうね。あ、違う。おお、やばい。ああ、もうローリングするか。当日に使わしたくないからじゃないな。なるほど。
The letter should have arrived in time. The postmark shows that it was sent 3 days ago. However, our man made a mistake in the address, which explains the delay. All the same, the post office took their time correcting the error.
Come on, Poirot. Your address is not quite as well known as that of Scotland Yard. Poirot, the telephone. It must be Jap.
あ、そういえば俺、あれも言ってなかったですね。一番最初のこの ABC マーダーの事件やり始めた時に、メイグレ警部の事件簿、ジャック・ドゥバリューって言ってたんですけど、あの後調べたらですね、ジェラルド・ドバリューでしたね。あれはい。まあ僕の単純な勘違いでしょう。まあ、あっちも面白いんで見てくださいね。
Bad news, I'm afraid. Sir Carmichael Clark was murdered while out on his evening walk.
Sir Carmichael Clark. The name is familiar to me.
He was a famous throat specialist, one of the best in London. A wealthy man, he retired to Combside, a beautiful house by the sea. He collected antiques.
Are you going there?
Yes, let's meet on the train.
薬を作った人ですか？あら。
The victim is called Sir Carmichael Clark, one of the best throat specialists in London. The body was still warm when we found it. If we'd been warned earlier, we definitely could have saved him.
It appears that the murderer made a mistake when he wrote his letter.
A mistake? Lucky for him.
And what if he did it on purpose?
No. He's defined his madcap rules and he's sticking to them. It's a matter of pride for him. Shall we go up to the house, Poirot?
You go, my friends. I will come soon. Jap has emptied the victim's pockets and has laid out their contents on this piece of wax cloth. A signet ring, very probably with the Clark family's coat of arms. Nothing appears to be missing from this wallet. An oriental dragon. It's an old piece, much older than the pocket watch on which it was fastened. It is pointless.
今までより過激な殺し方だね。時
Sir
間がなかった。
Carmichael's throat was cut. It's a clean incision, a professional murder. An ABC guide. The murderer's customary signature, covered in blood this time. Apart from the wound to the throat, the body is untouched. No cuts, no bruises. Apart from the wound to the throat, the body is untouched. The gravel on the path has been sprayed with blood that covers a conical-shaped area, which starts at the body and becomes wider as it moves further from the bush. This place is very calming. The site is exceptional. It is easy to imagine that Sir Carmichael used to enjoy stopping here every evening.
Mm. そうですね。やっぱいい景色がいいですね。こんなちょっと嵐の日どうなんだっ
The
ていう
body
気も
is
します
just
け
in front
ど。
of a bush, one of the only bushes in the surrounding area. The vegetation behind the bush has been trampled. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work. Sir Carmichael had his back to the bush when the killer cut his throat from behind. A fatal blow that sprayed blood over a range of more than 1 meter. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
まあ見てそうだけど、振り返ってないのかな。まあ背後から襲われたでいいのか。
Have you finished, Poirot?
Chief Inspector, many questions remain unanswered, but I am certain of one thing. The killer has prepared his crime very carefully.
Quite right. He must have known Sir Carmichael's movements well to plan such an attack.
The murderer struck with terrible savagery.
Yes, blood flowed. It's the first time he's attacked a man. He armed himself accordingly.
Have you spoken to the victim's family, Chief Inspector?
I've spoken to the brother, Franklin Clark. I didn't get much out of him. He's yours. I must get the body removed.
To be honest, this inspector seems rather obtuse. I'm counting on your friend Poirot to catch my brother's murderer. Ah, here he is now. Please, Mr. Poirot. Mr. Poirot, this is my brother's secretary, Miss Thora Gray.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Poirot. Would you like some tea?
No, thank you, mademoiselle. I find it hard to digest.
そんなにいっぱい出すの？イギリス風？一杯と言わず2杯3杯。
It is not the right time. There is something elegant about her. She has good taste, except perhaps in her choice of jewelry.
Please excuse me, I have to take care of Lady Clark.
Hastings does not like very hot tea. He's going to blow on his cup for a good while before drinking.
ちょっと熱々は飲みにくいですもんね、やっぱりね。
It is not the right time. Hastings does not. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to question him.
My brother's wife is gravely ill. You will probably want to question her, but I fear that it won't be possible today.
Of course, I understand. Someone set a trap for your brother. Who was familiar with his habits?
Everybody knew he took his evening walk at 8:30, and that he always followed the same path.
And did people of the village know Sir Carmichael's habits?
I don't know. It's possible.
What were you doing last night?
After dinner, I went to my bedroom. At 11 in the evening, the telephone rang. It was the police. I went to look for my brother.
Oh.
Was it a dark night?
It was a new moon. I took a lantern.
So it was you who found the body.
Yes, along with the gardener.
Have you seen any strangers around the house recently?
No. As far as I know, nobody has been near the house.
Miss Clark.
Oh, Lady Clark must have fallen from her chair. I have to help Miss Gray get her up.
Hastings, while our host is gone, let's examine the drawing room.
But, Poirot, a gentleman shouldn't...
I take full responsibility. All you have to do is to leave the drawing room door ajar and let me know if anyone is coming.
頼むぞ、ヘイスティングス。7つもある。まずはこの本ですよね、気になって。なんだこの本。プライベートコレクション。パーチャシーズシンス1920。なんか買ったんですかね。
Comside's private collection, purchases since 1920. The catalogue for Sir Carmichael Clark's collection.
なるほど。
A crane? It is an emperor. His place at the center of the table is probably...
すごいこう、アジアっていうかチャイナ感じですね。
a tiger. A dragon.
じゃんつって。
Dragon, dragon, dragon. Sir Carmichael showed himself to be very consistent in his collection's theme. A turtle. Compass, point to the south. Bronze and magnetite, Han Dynasty, circa 210 BC, purchased in Hong Kong 1935. There are some very valuable objects here. There are some... Sir Carmichael's collection could rival that of a major museum. The interior is richly decorated.
スティングスガンミですね。
Dragon, dragon, dragon. Sir Carmichael showed himself to be very consistent in his collection's theme. It's locked. The cardinal points. This book could maybe help me. Each cardinal point is associated with one animal and one color. In the middle sits the imperial dragon, and out of respect, all the others are turned towards him. Turtle, the dragon, the crane, and the tiger. I think I've already seen this motif somewhere.
さっきあれこうじゃなかったっけ？お、なんか動いたぞ。そう、こうして。ちょっと待って、これ色が一緒にすればいいってわけでもないんだね。あれ。いや、一緒にすればいいんだ。一緒にすればいいけど、回すと色が変わる。惜しい、合わない。ここの色が合わない。いやー、めっちゃ惜しいね。ここだけ違うぞ。 ターもある。あ、いやー。ここの色が合わない。どうしましょう、これ。ちょっと。いやー、ヒント使うのちょっとね。だから緑はもう緑で合わせた方がいいんじゃねえか。緑で合わせて。赤ってあった？赤ないよね。ないない、赤ない。こうして。いやー、赤はいる。赤いらないのか。俺が赤入れたかっただけ。いや、赤欲しいよね。赤欲しいよね。ちょっと、ヒント。
The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table.
はあ、あれ、なんか全部回った。もう一回あるかな。
The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table.
あ、
The position of each motif is
なるほど。
correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table.
うわ、向き覚えてねえな。見に行く？見に行きますか。はい。わあ、覚えきれないよ。赤。亀。内側も行けばいいんじゃないの。
Turtle, the dragon, the crane, and the tiger. I think I've already seen this motif somewhere.
あれ、色が合わない。色が合わないよ。色が合わない。もうヒント使えない。あれ、こうじゃなかったっけ？真逆かい？ちょっと一回逆にしようか。
Position of each motif resembles that of those
あ、
on the
同じに
table.
なった。
Position of each motif resembles that of those on the table.
で、
Position of each motif resembles that of those on the table. Position of each motif resembles that of those on the table.
赤と緑が合わないんだよね、これ。2色はあるんだけど。なして？ここの赤ずれてるよね。
The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table.
向きが違う。白上。
The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table.
いやー、ちょっと向きまで覚えてらんないよ。全部白ポッチは内側だったけどな。
The position of each motif is correct. The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table.
参った。あと10%。
The position of each motif is correct, but they are not turned the same way as on the table.
早く。カモン。てってれー。
The position of each motif is correct, but
ちょっ
they
と
are
待
not
って、
turned
勝
the
手に
same
変えら
way
れた
as on
よ
the。table.
何今の。
I think I heard a bang.
おー、なるほどね。
Could it be this cupboard? This is interesting. These daggers are only ceremonial weapons. I do not think that the crime weapon is here. Ernest Logan, MD, Brighton Cancer Institute, 201 Dusk Road, Brighton, Sussex. To Sir Carmichael Clark, MD, Comside Churton, Devon. Brighton, 1935, January the 5th. As a man of science, I owe it to you to be completely frank. Lady Clark, your wife is suffering from a generalized terminal cancer. I confess I didn't suspect anything like that during the first exams. But with the test results I have received today, there is unfortunately no place for doubt. I estimate that Lady Clark's life expectancy is no more than 1 year. Hospitalization would not help in her case, so I advise you to keep her at home and provide her with as much morphine as required to ease her last moments. Yours sincerely, Ernest Logan.
Here's Miss Gray.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Lady Clark's condition requires regular care. I believe you want to ask me a few questions.
Indeed, mademoiselle. This porcelain is remarkable. Is it old?
It's about 3 centuries old, I believe. Wait, let me find the reference.
She appears to be very flustered.
Just a minute, please.
She's unable to hide her emotion, and her makeup has been disturbed. I think that this young woman has just been kissed.
Here? Teapot with black dragon, Gangshi period, end of the 17th century. It is a rare piece with unusual colors.
You have a good knowledge of art history.
Acquired while working with Sir Carmichael. I used to help him manage his collection and choose his new acquisitions.
And sometimes, he used to give you a piece as a gift. Is that right?
Gift? What do you
あ
mean?
れ胸元のメダリオンがないよ。ブローチ。ブローチ。
I am referring to your brooch.
This old brooch?
Mademoiselle, you know perfectly well. I am talking about the magnificent brooch you were wearing earlier.
Yes, you're right. Sir Carmichael did give it to me. He valued my work. How could I refuse? He would have been offended.
You took it off because of Lady Clark, am I right?
Indeed. Lady Clark does not like this jewel. Why upset someone who is so gravely ill?
I see. Maybe Lady Clark is a little jealous.
Mr. Poirot, do not be mistaken. There was nothing going on between Sir Carmichael Clark and myself. It's just... how should I say? Well, Lady Clark is very suspicious. Insanely suspicious. Wearing this old brooch in front of her would have caused her unnecessary suffering. Don't you think?
I am not blaming you, mademoiselle. Have you seen any strangers hanging around in the past few days?
No. Nobody has been near Comside.
What were you doing yesterday evening at the time of the murder?
I was sleeping. I was woken by the telephone at 11. I heard Franklin Clark speaking with the gardener. They left with some lanterns and they found the body.
Am I right thinking that something is going on between you and Franklin?
How dare you ask me such a question?
And you? How do you dare kiss your good friend in the house of a dead man?
Mr. Poirot, you are behaving despicably.
Miss Gray, if I may be so bold, please do not take offense. My friend has rather unusual methods, but all he wants is to find the murderer.
14英語ポイント
Yes,
きた
I
最高点
understand. I must rest. Please excuse me.
Earlier, you asked me to watch the living room door for you. I don't wish to be indiscreet, but sometimes a gentleman stumbles upon a secret without intending to.
That is sometimes the case.
And I saw Franklin Clark kissing Miss Gray at the foot of the stairs.
Do you think this is a common occurrence?
No, I saw emotion, intensity. I think it was their first kiss.
Well done, mon ami. Well spotted.
However, I don't think I completely understand this business. Why did Sir Carmichael not defend himself? He appeared to have been active and strong.
The murderer did not give him a chance. Let us try and reconstruct the scene. Sir Clark is taking his customary walk. Our killer is hiding behind a bush. The old man walks quietly along the gravel path. Then he turns towards the sea to gaze at it.
The killer leaves his hiding place on the left-hand side. He walks over the gravel on the path. The noise alerts Sir Clark, who turns around.
No, Sir Clark was attacked by surprise. He could not see his assailant. Let us think again, mon cher.
あれそうか砂利がヒン
Sir
トか
Clark is taking his customary walk. Our killer is hiding behind a
こっ
bush.
ち向かないとあっちに倒れない気がするんだけどな俺ずっとそれが気になってまあまあま
The old man walks quietly along the gravel path. Then he turns towards the sea to gaze at it.
じゃあ右から
The killer leaves his hiding place on the right-hand side. He approaches silently over the grass. Then he throws himself on his prey and cuts the poor man's throat.
ああ
He
久々
then
にひっくり返
lays
った
down the ABC before leaving. Everything appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
Oh, 帰り血浴びてる
Oh, just a minute. I'm getting dressed.
名前も出ちゃってる
Mr. Kirst, have you recently returned from Churston?
Yes. Indeed I have.
Have you seen the papers? And to think that you might have rubbed shoulders with the killer. Imagine that. Mr. Cust, are you all right? You don't seem well.
My apologies. My throat is burning and my head feels heavy. It's ever since the war, you know. Since my injury, my head has never been the same.
Poirot, it's a pleasure to be with you again after all these years. I looked for a gift to thank you, and I found this propelling pencil.
An authentic collector's item. You spoil me, mon ami.
And you more so by sharing investigations.
Do not underestimate the help you are to me, Hastings. Intellect is not everything. There is also goodwill, and you are not short of that. Later, I will ask you to help me tidy up the room and bring some chairs. Our guest will be here soon.
Ah, is Thora Grey coming?
Naturally. She is a fascinating young woman, n'est-ce pas?
Oh, come on, Poirot. I'm a married man. Miss Grey has already been courted by Franklin Clark. Poirot, our guests will be here soon. We must prepare ourselves.
I should take advantage of the silence to examine them.
おやおや。分解してどうする気なんだ俺。うん。なんかバネを取り出した。何も出ないよ。ここじゃないってこと？お？あ、なんか。
Sometimes I love a brunette, sometimes I love a blonde. That's what the song says. The song says, sometimes I love a blonde who comes from Eden by way of Sweden. But I am not sure that this blonde is an angel. Donald is always on edge.
Leave me alone.
Donald Fraser is very nervous at the moment, even if he is trying hard to control himself. She appears to have taken more care with her appearance than the last time. She's looking at Mr. Fraser out of the corner of her eye. Did she make herself beautiful for him? Franklin Clark always seems at ease, regardless of where he is. Something that's unique to people who travel. Franklin Clark... I ought to concentrate on my guests. I wish to thank you all for coming. I wanted to bring everyone close to the victims here in order to unmask the murderer.
Get to the point, Mr. Poirot. What do you want from us?
Megan, dear girl, please be patient.
Mr. Poirot, how dare you address me by my first name?
Please excuse me, mademoiselle. What I ask is that you search your memories. The murderer must have left some trace.
Yes, he must have prepared his crimes very carefully.
Tout à fait. He did not get to Bexhill at midnight in order to strangle a young girl whose name by chance starts with P.
Must we go into that?
No, of course. Not if it makes you uncomfortable.
Come on, Mr. Poirot. I imagine we all feel terribly uncomfortable about these murders.
It's true. We've to catch the killer, not be spared the gory details.
Mr. Fraser, please get a grip on yourself.
Well, I want to help you, but I don't remember anything else. Nothing I haven't already said.
And you, Mademoiselle Barnard, did your sister say she was seeing another man?
She never would have told me.
Why would she hide the fact from you?
Betty knew I didn't approve of her behavior. Her flirting was spoiling any chance she might have had.
Tell me, mademoiselle, what did you talk about with your sister?
Silly things. Her new dress. She wanted a pair of black stockings to go with it. Mother bought her a brand new pair. The day it happened, she was crying. And to think that Betty never even wore them. Poor Mummy.
Your sister used to sing, I believe. Did she ever perform in public?
She dreamt about it, but she had a very bad cough. It troubled her greatly. She had to cancel auditions and miss lots of opportunities. A pity.
Yes, she sang well, but that doesn't tell us much about the murderer.
Qui sait? In any case, we now have enough information to draw up a relatively precise psychological profile. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work. So, ladies and gentlemen, we can now surmise without too much risk of error that our adversary is calculative, sure of himself, a seducer, of outstanding intelligence, that he has plenty of self-control, and that he likes railways. It's a good start. Other meetings may be necessary. I hope that you will be able to come back again.
もう返すの？
Well, it's just that.
Is something bothering you, Mary?
Well, Mr. Poirot, you see, I don't know if I can come to London just like that.
It's normal that people helping with this inquiry should be reimbursed. Starting with you, Miss Drower. Please allow me to pay for your train tickets.
Oh, sir, I cannot accept.
But you must. Mademoiselle, I may not be rich, but my brother left a fortune which will be mine.
Mr. Clark, that's very generous of you.
Well, someone has to foot the bill. Mr. Poirot, would it be possible for you to come back to Devon? Lady Clark has expressed a wish to see you. We'll adjust her medicine so she'll not be too drowsy.
But of course, I shall come the day after tomorrow if it is convenient. Thank you all for coming. We will meet again soon. The meeting was most fruitful.
Really?
Hastings, I
本当
believe
で
now
す
we
か？
have everything we need to find a common point between the victims. Now it is time for us to use our grey matter.
一番左の元恋人みたいな男の人とかも、
Let us now try
もう
and
来ねえ
get
よ
our
って言い
brain
そうだった
cells
け
to
どね。
work.
被害者の共通点。
The first two victims suffered from bad throat, and that was precisely the specialty of the third victim, Dr. Clark.
We have a lead.
It would pay to take a closer look at the medical records of Dr. Clark's patients.
We'll do so during our next visit to Churston.
I will do it myself, mon ami. You must remain in London just in case ABC sends us another letter.
Very well, as you wish. Thank you for coming, Mr. Poirot. Lady Clark is waiting for you in her bedroom on the first floor. Please excuse me, I cannot stay for the interview. I've to take Miss Gray to the station to see our lawyer in Torquay.
Are you going on holiday, mademoiselle?
Not exactly, Mr. Poirot.
Miss Gray very kindly stayed with me to settle my brother's affairs. But naturally, she prefers to find a position in London.
Ah, très bien.
I'll be absent all morning, Mr. Poirot, but the nurse is coming soon. She's to ensure that the dose of medicine doesn't make our patient drowsy.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. Have a nice trip, mademoiselle. It would be rude to make Lady Clark wait any longer. This poor woman is very ill.
大丈夫ですかこれ。だいぶ重症ですよ。パロが尋問してたら死んだみたいな宣言されても困りますけどね。
This woman is suffering. She is in no state to have a conversation.
会話ができる状態ではない。
Mr. Poirot?
My respects, madame.
Thank you for coming. Thank you. Have you seen the nurse? She should have been here by now. Oh, I'm sorry.
The telephone in the hall is ringing. The Clark residence. Detective Hercule Poirot speaking.
How do you do, Mr. Poirot? I'm Lady Clark's nurse. I wanted to let you know that I won't be able to come for her injection today. Might Miss Grey be able to do it?
She has just left, but I will take care of it.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. You'll find the skeleton key to open the medicine cabinet hidden in the lion trophy.
You can count on me. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Oh, thank you kindly. Goodbye, Mr. Poirot.
やっぱこの時代は許されるのか？注射いきなり打つとか、ポール慣れっこみたいな感じですけど。
Here is the skeleton key.
一瞬で見つかったけど。もう一個観察するとこあるんじゃないの？
April 1925, Aceh Province, Sumatra.
スマトラのトラでスマトラトラ。なるほどね。注射。
Lady Clark is in pain. I have to give her an injection of morphine to ease her suffering. It's closed.
結局バネ何だったんだこれ、そういえば。分解したけどらしい。
Ah, Mr. Poirot. Oh, I feel better now. Thank you for your help.
You asked for me, chère madame.
Yes, yes, of course, I wish to speak with you. But what was it about?
No doubt. You wish to talk to me about what happened to your husband?
Ah, yes. Oh, poor Carmichael. Has the madman who killed him been caught?
Not yet, chère madame. There was a great many people in Cheston on the day of the murder.
Indeed. People go straight to the beach. They don't come near Coomside.
So, there were no strangers around the house that day?
Who said that?
The people who live here. Your brother-in-law, Miss Grey.
Miss Grey? Oh, I don't like her. Franklin wanted her to stay, but I insisted she should go immediately.
You are entitled to do so, naturally.
I'm pleased that you approve. The others have been taken in by her. But at least you can see through that self-pity act. See what she's
女の
up
勘です
to.
か？なんか企んでる。僕から見てもそんな風に思いませんでしたけどね。見た目に騙されますかね。
This couple appears to be having fun. Lady Clark and Sir Carmichael were very happy, but they did not have any children.
もう一個あったよね。なんか手がかりみたいなの。もう一個、もう一個。
This subject would probably be useful
あ、
to
取っ
me.
ちゃった。 聖堂の櫛、はい。まあ、正式な依頼を受けたっていうことでいいんでしょうね。大義名分っていうか、私は任されましたっていうね。今やめておこう。
I must find a way to wake her up gently.
そっと起こす方法。櫛で髪の毛を解いてあげる。
This subject would probably be useful to me.
銀の櫛。おやおやおや。これどういうことだ？2と3って書いてある。じゃあもう一度かんの？
I've finished with. She's sleeping. I must find a way to wake her up gently.
あった。
This subject would probably be useful to me.
どうやって組み合わせんの？ん？
She's sleeping. I must find a way to wake her up gently. I must find a way to wake her up gently.
Wow. 何が必要なんだと。
I must find a way to. I must find. I am not going to leave. I must find. I do not need. It is not the. I must find a. I must find. April 1920.
Wow? さあ、わかりませんよ。
I must find. I must.
なんか見落としてるかな。
I've finished with it. She's asleep. I must find a...
いや、ポーロの言ってることはわかるんですけど。奇怪な動きをしている。お、なんかある。思考中。ん？なんで？あ、開いた。あ、なるほど。バネ壊れてる。
This spring appears to be broken. I hope that Hastings will not be cross with me.
許してくれるよ。
Does not make any sound.
音は出ない。ああ、なるほど。わかりましたよ。串ですな。あ、違うの。おお。
This part appears to be work.
機能していない。なんて優しい起こし方。これは素敵ですね。
Oh, what are we talking about? Ah, yes, Thora Grey. Oh, Carmichael had great esteem for her, but for me she was nothing but a hypocrite.
You're probably right, madame.
You have seen through her. I'm so pleased that I've convinced you.
Well, I appear to have been wrong about Thora Grey.
So you all agree. How nice it is to be all of the same mind.
Miss Grey did look after you very well, though.
Outwardly. But she's hiding something. I think she tried to poison me.
マジっすか。
Miss Grey? A poisoner? But everybody appears to like her.
It proves she knows what she's doing. She's manipulative and she's a liar.
A liar?
Let's see, didn't she say that on the day of the crime nobody was around Coomside?
That is correct.
Well, at 11 o'clock I
Oh,
saw
Toto.
her talking to someone.
Really? And what was this man like?
An ordinary sort of man with a very plain face. Oh, I don't remember well.
Was he a gentleman?
No, he was not a gentleman.
It would be best to leave her to sleep now. The telephone in the hall is ringing. Hello?
Poirot, is that you? Hastings here.
Thank you for calling. Have you received a new letter from the murderer?
No, thank goodness. How are things in Churston?
I question Lady Clark, but I will not leave until I have examined everything of interest to me here. Fortunately, Franklin is absent, and I have a skeleton key.
Have you seen Thora Grey again?
Briefly. But rest assured, I intend to summon her to London soon.
She's a fascinating girl.
But secretive. I would like to ask her a few questions.
Poirot, she wouldn't hurt a fly.
Each to his own, my friend. Yours are pretty orphans among old ladies that have the maladies.
Poirot, are you mocking me?
No ill intended, rest assured. À bientôt, mon ami. How am I going to open this trunk? Let us examine it.
運ですかこれ。ん？いやー、数字が4つもある。数字見ました？
That does not appear to be very useful.
Ah, この横のワッペンに数字があるのか。1927。なるほど。カシャリゴン。ほら、いた。
Leaving the code on the trunk. What a strange character Franklin is.
31 28 5。わかります？あ、でもなんか色は違うね。これ黒31。28ドット5。赤2つ。じゃあ、まあ普通に5時28分にしましょうか。あ、まあね。5時28分。あれあれダンスン。28って微妙なとかできない。31もできないよ、そしたら。ってこと？ああ、そういうこと。ちょっと待ってね。31、28、5。合う？ちょっと待って。30、31。31、28、5。違うか。31しとくか。とりあえず、じゃあ。はい。 あ、なんか動かせる。え、はあ。この黒点は関係ないのかな。あ、動かなくなった。え、なんだ。ん、あ、7時ってこと？20分。はい。はいはいはい。7時20分です。
So, what is this sound?
あ、開いた。
I should be able to open the trunk now. There we are.
まだあるぞ。なんかある。
Why has Franklin put an Allen key inside his trunk? I'll borrow it for a minute.
あ、連キ。こういうこと？
An Allen key. It can be used in 5 positions. Whiskey and other good quality drinks. Mr. Clark really has refined tastes. Whiskey and other good Whiskey and other good... An Allen key. An Allen key.
どうしろと。こいつ使えばいいだけの話じゃないの。あ、ここなんかある変形が。はい。こうして、こう。ブーブー、これ、なんかある。あー、なるほど。まだ連機使えて。そう。比較的な。この
Another screw.
あー、間違えた。めんどくさい。 同じだったもんね。開いたかい？あ、開いた。え？
This engraving is not very easy to understand. I need to sort it out.
地図だね。どこ、真ん中を起点にした方がいいってこと？お、ロンドンじゃない、違う違う、そこじゃない。遅い。遅い。こう合ってない。遅い。あれれれれ。白で合わせようとしたけど、これ白じゃねえな。
It is blocked.
合ってない。なんか合ってない。
It is blocked.
2つ一緒に動く。いやー、これなかなか難しいパズルだな。待って、1個しか動かない。2個動く。1と3が動く。これは単独で動く。いやー、難しいですね。ちょっと待って。これの正位置がここだよね、多分。違う。あ、違う。これか。ああ、一緒に回る。いやー、めんどくさいぞ。一緒に回る。これ、そう回られると俺困るんだけど。やめて。もう、一緒に回んないで、ちょっと。困ります。
Franklin must really love his country to have an engraving in his trunk. I think I heard the panel above release.
偶然。パネル開いた。どっか開いてる？パネルってどこ？ はい。いや、どこの話パネルって。あ、これ。
A signet ring? A signet ring with a code written on it. 1587. It may be useful to me.
はい。はい、ちょっとね、思ってたより長いんで、一旦ここら辺で終わりたいと思います。いやー、パズル多いな。はい。それでは皆さん、またごきげんよう。お疲れ様でした。